Hi, this is Mark Joff from massmediamarketing.ca or Punt.nl here in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And this is my video blog, the 7th video blog about programmatic trading here in the EU in Amsterdam. So, keeping up with current events, I noticed that Incorporated and eMarketer have disclosed some estimates, and US programmatic ad spend topped 10 billion in 2014 and is expected to double to 20 billion by 2016 according to eMarketer, and that represents 63%, they say, of the total digital advertising revenue. So there's a lot of ad revenue and a lot of shift and a lot of questions about programmatic trading. So as an online publisher advocate and from a publisher perspective, I read an IAB article from July 2014 on the EU about the early adoption of programmatic trading here in Amsterdam. And the paper on page 5 mentioned, and there's a link to it on the page here, there's a cooperation between buyers and sellers. And that really seemed to me that that success is really rooted in the Dutch culture and Dutch society here. Programmatic trading could well be, or it's adopted very quickly here, it could be a Dutch cultural advantage. Generally, the Dutch are a cooperative people, and they all, at lunchtime, they all eat together at the larger companies and take, some would say, endless meetings and to get to a consensus. Very opposite of the culture in North America, in my opinion. North America, very largely quick decision making and time to market considerations. I'm not saying which one is better, just that in my experience, there is a cultural difference, and that exists. Volgens mij, as they say, in my opinion, here in Dutch. Living here in Amsterdam since December 2012, and so just over 2 years, binnenland, inside the country here. And additionally, I partnered with some of what was then, from 2012, some of the up-and-coming programmatic rich media players, and being plugged in to other EU RTB networks, that cooperation, that inherent Dutch fabric or cultural difference was definitely a win-win, most definitely. And with the recent announcement of Pangaea, the Guardian's Publishers Alliance, of combining different publishers' programmatic ad inventory, that these cooperations are happening faster here in the EU than it seems in US counterparts. So a little bit more about programmatic rich media, high impact formats. Programmatic is not necessarily just all remnant inventory anymore. Even with RTB and rich media placements, they may only run on a 1x1 or a pixel, and as such in ad ops you know that there's limitations on targeting or passing back paying impressions, and there's probably no guarantee in place for the amount of inventory that they're looking for on a daily basis. So really it's convenient to describe programmatic as, this thing where it's more like it can be more like a marketing term sometimes. Yes, once RTB is plugged in, it's definitely can be a revenue earner, but really your ad ops team has continually to look at things like the real revenue placement in the ad stack, troublesome creatives blocking domains, daily fill rates. They have to match these types of numbers. So really there's a lot going on besides just plug it in and the revenue comes. So, but your RTB ad partner may still want guarantees on or approximate daily volume. So really, once you figure out all these things and a floor price is determined, if it's lucrative and a good partnership, then it's all worth it. An example of a rich media vendor and rich media exchange here in Amsterdam would be Just Premium. Now, so I mentioned you have to find the floor rate, then RTB, then programmatic helps publishers earn on a certain type of RTB model. But even with RTB demand, it's best to go slowly because it's a great opportunity to open your inventory up to new demand sources across the pond here in Amsterdam. But there's still the business of fill rate and finding the right price for the RTB inventory. Some of the higher paying programmatic partners may not fill a large percentage of your ad inventory. So, and to high traffic publishers, that represents a lot of unmonetized or unpaid impressions that are sent back and lead to issues like latency and other types of things. So some types of programmatic models that may work for you are private marketplace for premium ad content and select advertisers, open marketplace for open bidding to all advertisers, and a fixed rate, negotiated fixed rate where they look at a certain point in the ad stack. Now, to make the most out of the inventory, you may, or it's possible to have all these programmatic types running consecutively. And as I mentioned in my previous vlog, Strategic Partner Management in display advertising, you should negotiate and keep your ad partners close. If there's more demand coming down the pipe, then you can always consider adjustments to give an ad partner priority during the slow months or even the better fiscal quarters. Basically, whoever has the most money behind it, and this is happening a lot in 2006 and even now, the early adopters are acquired, and these new opportunities and new ad partners can bring more display ad revenue, and that's good business. So this is the end of my blog. If you reached the end of my blog, thank you for watching. If you need the advantage of an ad ops team leader, my name is Mark Joff, and I can help you manage your display inventory or create new demand for your advertising space. I work in the Netherlands here as a publisher advocate, and so I look forward to hearing from you. And as we say, fijne dag from the center of Amsterdam.